Yo, what's happening, man? It's your boy Papa Duck back with another video. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Also, go to Ubuntu Apparel.com. Y'all see I got it on, man. We got all different type of sweaters and stuff like that. If you're on YouTube, go right below, click one of those shirts. That's how y'all can order from our YouTube store. Double salute to all my monthly subscribers, my monthly members, and all y'all. Now, they've passed a bill, the House, the 211 bill, right, in Louisiana, which will put you in jail for being homeless, okay? Crazy part is they'll put you in jail too for feeding the homeless, okay? For you trying to help homeless people. This is a God-given thing, you know, you're supposed to be caring, right? But you go to jail in America for trying to feed and help somebody. That lets you know this is a fucked up and flawed system, but we finna break it all the way down, okay? Being homeless, that's just the effects of living in America when 1% owns and control the world's resources and monies. Of course, a lot of people are gonna be asked out. Not to mention drugs and all these other things. This is by default, on purpose. And why do they want to do this? Remember, you can have billions and trillions of dollars. You still need people to work. The difference between slaves knew they was working for food, water, and shelter. And today, we work for money that buy food, water, and shelter. What's the difference? Someone sat down and carefully crafted out a system that will put us in a position to be slaves willingly. The best slave in the world is a person who don't know that he or she is a slave. Why? You're not going to run. You're not going to rebel. You're going to participate in your own demise. Now, let's read the 13th Amendment. This is the real reason why they're putting people in jail, okay? Check this out. 13th Amendment abolished slavery and involuntary servitude in the United States, except for as punishment for a crime whereof the party has been duly convicted, which they're going to make sure. Now listen, this legalized forced, unpaid, or low-wage labor in prisons, allowing federal state systems, in other words, businesses, to require incarcerated people to what? Work. Commonly described as what? Administrative enslavement. Meaning this is orchestrated. Administrative enslavement. Boy, I tell y'all, bro, this ain't got shit to do with religion. This has a lot to do with a small group of people that's going to continue to control us all because we abide by what they say. Okay? Now, taking you to jail because you want to feed the homeless. Why? Because you're aiding the homeless. When you aid them, not help, aid, you put them in a position to not go commit crimes. Remember I told y'all, right? When they don't commit crimes, they don't fill the jails. And I told y'all, Arizona State, when the prison came to Arizona, they signed the contract that the prison was going to be occupied over 97% of the time. And when it fell below the 97%, guess what they did? They sued. They sued the state. The private prison sued the state because they faulted on the agreement. They want you to go to jail, motherfucker. This shit is a business. You don't get it? You going to jail for feeding the homeless. The homeless going to jail for being homeless. Who benefits? The powers that be. Why? Because we need y'all to come to jail so that we can put y'all to work for low wages. We talking 12 cents an hour, people. And I told y'all this work is allocated to Fortune 500 businesses that don't need prison labor. Crazy part is these same motherfucking companies won't hire you after you get out of prison. Why? Because now they got to pay you that full salary. No, we'd rather pay the motherfuckers that we're forcing to go to jail. We want to pay them 12 cents. Crazy part is these motherfuckers print money. This is what I mean by American greed. Shit crazy. If you really want to help homeless people, let them sleep in them churches. We talking about them big churches that take up the whole block. Let them go sleep in there. You know what I'm saying? Feed them. And, you know, rehabilitate them if you really want to help them, which we know you motherfuckers don't. You shitty ass politicians. And if you voting for this shit, bro, you damn ain't no better than them. Because there's enough information out there now to see the game. It's just those who participate in it, they get paid. They get some type of kickback. They get something out of this shit. So if you really want to help the homeless, what about all them big restaurants that closed down, the fast food restaurants? Let them sleep in there. Gut them motherfuckers out. You know what I'm saying? Let them sleep enough. See, the whole thing is to keep and suck all the resources in one corner and control everybody else. You must see how this shit go. You gotta understand that shit, dog. And the thing about it is this, right? People will see this shit and act like they don't see this shit. That what I just told you. Anybody could comprehend that. They passed a bill to put people in jail because they homeless. Why are they homeless? Most of them because 1% of the world have all the resources and money. You cannot be a billionaire and not be an asshole or done shitted on a lot of people. You don't just acquire that type of wealth doing it the right way like they tell you to do. So of course there are gonna be people that go to jail. This whole thing is designed to go according to just how it's going. And it's fucked up that they pass stupid ass bills like that. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna show y'all this too. The United States has more people incarcerated than some countries have citizens. What kind of shit is that? What kind of motherfucking shit is that? That's another telltale sign. America has more people in prison than some countries have citizens. Think about that shit for a minute. And if you really want to be technical and want to help homeless, America throws away over 150,000 pounds, or tons, I should say, of food. Of food. You know how much food restaurant throw away? Just imagine walking in the restaurant, seeing all this food on the table, the shit half ate. You know what I'm saying? This shit, you know, people could come, y'all can say, okay, well, I take this and give it to people. No, they throw this shit away every day. Why? Because they want to keep you in a position to where you don't get no help. Because if they helped you, that pushes them out of their seat. No, we don't want you to help nobody, even though we throw away all this food every year that we can do something with it. You know, you got full chicken breasts on the motherfucking table, ain't nobody ate. Which me and my partner, you know, rest in peace, John, we made a pact, and he made me pinky promise him before he passed away. He went to Haiti. He saw how people in Haiti was living. He made me pinky promise him that we'll never throw away food. That if we go out to eat, we're gonna eat it all. And I keep that promise to this day. I had to tell this to a waiter one time. She made a little joke, and I know it was just you know, but she was like, "You must like that food. You cleaned that plate." And I had to tell her we made that pact before he passed, because there are some less fortunate people out there. Why? Because you're dealing in a motherfucking world where you have a small group of people who don't give a fuck about the rest. And this has nothing to do with God, nothing to do with religion. Now, they use God and religion to get us to where we at. It has nothing to do with God. But just think about the stuff that I'm telling y'all. You're living in a fucking a system that enslaves your mind mentally. And you must understand, when they get this, everything else goes. That's why they don't worry about us. We're literally taught to police our own demise, or to police our own lives without force. All this shit is an illusion and it's fake, man. So I'm just breaking this shit down, man. And we can go back over it. Bill 211 puts homeless people in jail. Why? Because they want you to come to be a slave. It abolishes the 13th Amendment, which says that slavery is abolished until you go to jail. When you go to jail or prison, that's when you become part of what they call the chain gang, and you out there working for 12 cents an hour. And a lot of that shit, and y'all might think like the chicken nuggets you make, all that shit come from prisoners. Tags that go on the cars, or so many. All these industries use labor from the prison system because it's cheap. It's fucked up, man. That's why I say, man, I there's no fucking way. So think about that, man. And like I say, the crazy part is these same companies that hire you in prison, when you get out, they won't hire you, because now they got to pay the full wage of your minimum wage or whatever that is. And these motherfuckers make millions of dollars a year. Sad but true. Look at the motherfuckers that's running the world. Shoot a bird at the motherfuckers. Understand who's controlling you. And this is why I get so pissed off at like racist people that think black people is the problem. You done lost your motherfucking mind. How? And this is what I mean by people who want to turn the other cheek and act like they don't know what the problem is. Anyway, It's your boy Papa Duck. How you feel on the bottom of this video? I just want to throw that out y'all out there to y'all. Bill 211. Go look it up, and it could be coming to a city near you. Okay, so when you see that bill, you know what it is. They're just trying to put people in jail, in prison, so that they can become slaves and they can allocate that work. So like they did with Fulio. Rest in peace to Fulio, his murderer. He a young man, and in the courtroom, they told him that he's more valuable alive working. They need that sweat equity than dead. They was gonna give him the death penalty, but he escaped that because they'd rather use his sweat equity to get out there and work for 12 cents an hour. They'll get a cool 40, 50 years out of him, maybe. Same shit they said on Life. If you look at Life, they wrongly convicted Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence. And when they caught up with the guy, whatever the fuck he was, the police guy who arrested them at the time, years later, he said, at least we got 40 years of cheap labor out the sons of bitches. That motherfucker ruined their life. And this is what happens every day. What make your funky, stinking ass life more valuable than the next man's life? This is what you call demonic people, soulless people. Think about that. You know how many people in prison for life ain't did a damn thing? Yeah. Anyway, put your comments on the bottom of this video. Like I tell you all the time, in order for you to be found, you must first be lost. I'll holler at y'all on the next one. Peace.